You need a new battery. Good morning, lovely peeps. Happy Sunday. I'm just about to start the live hangout and I thought I would come on and say hi to you guys first. The response on yesterday's weekly waffle was really awesome. Yeah, it's making me rethink a few things. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the waffle in any form that it's currently coming out. And as I say, January is always a bit of an experimentation month for me to kind of try new ideas and see things that work and don't work. So your feedback is always really good. The feedback is that you love the waffles and probably want more of them. So given how long the video was, I might be able to do them bi-weekly because yeah, there was, you know, it was over like 35 minutes of waffle, so I could definitely split that up into 2 videos to kind of like even out the dose, as it were. So yeah, thank you very much for all the comments though. So anyway, it is 53, so I'm 7 minutes early, but I am going to start early because there are 15 people waiting already. So I'm here, I'm ready, and I always kind of just, once I'm done, I can't sort of sit on my twiddle my thumbs until like midday, as it were. So yeah, I think I'm going to start the stream a little bit early. I shall see you there.
3 hours later.
Okay, so I did a hangout with the peeps, which was lovely. It was very nice to chat to everyone. I was going to work on the navy dresses, but I decided that there was too much stuff that I needed to properly concentrate on, that I wouldn't be able to do either the dresses or the peeps any favours by trying to do one or the other. So I decided to trace out the by hand London and a top on my Swedish tracing paper from Pattern Trace UK. I have lengthened it by 2 inches and I've cut it out of black cotton lawn, and I'm now going to mark on the darts and tucks, and then I'm going to cut it out of the Nautrella Bouquet Viscose that I have left over from my dress. Yeah, I should be able to get this sewn up today. That is the plan. We'll see if that actually happens, but first things first, I need to mark the dart and tuck placements on these pattern pieces, and then I'm going to use these pieces as my pattern pieces to cut out the Nautrella Bouquet so that I can get a good placement on the florals on there, because it's a very big print and I want to make sure that I'm getting a nice kind of piece front and center, as it were, and also that I have enough to cut out the back pieces as well. So I'm going to get on and get that done. I'm watching Supernatural whilst I do it. Facebook reminded me that last time I watched Supernatural the whole way through was 3 years ago, and I'm very much enjoying watching it again now. When I have limited fabric like this, I really like cutting the lining out ahead of time and putting all the markings on it to then use that as a pattern piece to lay on top of the printed fabric, because it allows me to get a really good placement of the motifs on the print, especially with one that has got motifs that are this big. I promise the front bodice piece pattern doesn't have like a wrinkle in it. I have smoothed it out. The wrinkle that you can see is from the paper covering the table, not the actual pattern piece itself. Once all the pieces are cut out, I can then transfer the markings that I made on the lining over to the main bodice, and I'm using my friction pen with that. And again, make sure that your friction pen actually does come off with heat on a test scrap of fabric before you go ahead and start drawing all over your pattern pieces. Now that we've marked all of our darts, we need to pin and sew all of our darts and tucks. There are tucks at the waist. So this is the by hand London Anna bodice lengthened by 4 inches into a top, and I am just using the darts and tucks and sewing them to the waist and backstitching at that point. That allows all the extra length that I have added below the waist to just be kind of fullness that's corralled at the waistline by the tucks and the darts in the back, but it also allows me to actually get this top over my hips. I sew the darts in the same way that I always do, which is to backstitch at the bottom of the dart and to then sew off of the point and tie that into a knot. The tucks I backstitch at the beginning and the end. Once the darts are sewn, we can then sew the shoulder seams together. So I'm going to do that for the main fabric and also the lining. And once those are sewn, I can then start sewing the neckline together to give that a nice clean finish. Once the neckline's sewn, I then clip into the curves and understitch the neckline to make sure that the lining will stay on the inside. Then we move on to finishing off the sleeve openings. I sew my Anna bodice a very different way to the way the pattern recommends. I prefer a machine finish on the armholes. Once the armholes are finished and trimmed, you then pull the bodice so the right sides are out, and we can then sew up the side seams. There is a kind of tricky little bit in the underarm section because it is slightly curved, but as long as you take your time, rearrange the fabric, keep your needle down when you get to the actual underarm seam,
rearrange the fabric, it is totally doable. You then want to clip into the curves and press those seams open. Once all that's done, it's then time to sew in the zip. Now I made a mistake and put a 22-inch zip in. I thought I could just trim off the end and it would be fine. And it would be if I hadn't have then sewn the lining to the zipper tape with the zipper pull outside of the garment. Rookie error. Don't do that.
A few inches later.
It's finished. I think the last clip you saw of me was me unpicking some stuff because I put in too long a zip and I went to finish off the inside of it with the lining the way that I usually do and completely put the zipper pull outside of the top. So yeah, it's one of those ones where you close the zipper shut on a purse and realise that the pull's on the wrong side of the bit that you've sewn. So I unpicked it and I have put this together, and it's not the way that I want to put the next one together, but it has worked out this time. So let me tip you down. So I have the kind of like little peplum, and I'm really pleased that it does fit over my hips. I have, as I say, added 4 inches below the waist as opposed to the last time where I added 2, and I have just sewn the tucks and darts the way that I usually do. So the tucks finish at the waistline and the bottom of the darts finishes at the waistline as well. I am always going to wear this tucked in to tops, but I do actually kind of like how it looks. It is quite cute with the little kind of sort of like, it is a peplum, isn't it, that come out from the bottom of the tucks under the bust. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I'm glad that I cut out the lining first so that I could get the positioning of this floral motif in the right place, because when I cut the lining out I put all the marks of the darts in and the tucks in, so I could position this so that it didn't end up with the print getting like taken up into the darts. That's happened down here. I didn't have enough to pat match across the back zip, but I think I've gotten away with it. I tried to get as much navy down the centre back line as I possibly could, and I think I've kind of gotten away with it. But yeah, it's really cute. I have fully lined this with black cotton lawn, which feels really nice, and it means that I haven't had to French seam anything. The last one that I did, I finished the neckline off with bias binding, which was nice, but this time I've got no visible top stitching on the neckline or on the sleeves or the little cap bits here, because these are basically kind of like a grown on sort of sleeve, aren't they? So yeah, I think I've perfected the fit of the top. Now I just need to perfect the construction of the top. Next time I shall put in a 16-inch zip rather than the 22-inch zip, because the end of the zipper came, I think I ended up cutting off about 3 inches of the zipper tape, so it's a little bit bulky here, which is not ideal, not what I wanted, but hopefully it's not too noticeable. And next time, as I say, I'll put in a 16-inch zip, and the zip kind of finishes at the top, and actually the zipper pull is down here, so it opens kind of like yeah, so you can see it opens that way and does up downwards, which means that I could have it, the bottom edge be this wide, because there was absolutely no chance I'd be able to get in and out of it if it did up the other way, and this bottom circumference was fixed because of the zip at that point. Obviously I could use a separating zip, but I don't really like how I want an invisible one. I prefer how they look, and obviously I could also use buttons, but I don't overly like button back tops. I find them very difficult to get in and out of, and I want to be able to get dressed by myself without external help. I have brought down my denim skirt, so let me put that on, because that's pretty much how I'm always going to wear it, is tucked into things. 2 secs. So this is it with the skirt on, and I am in love. I'm absolutely in love. As you guys probably know, I don't really like grown on sleeves because I end up with a lot of fabric in this area, but when they're this short, they kind of emphasize my shoulders, which emphasizes the hourglass kind of silhouette that I like to go for. Obviously I have pockets on this skirt that emphasize my hips, making this bit bigger and this bit bigger makes this bit look smaller, which is an optical illusion, but one that I very much like. So yeah, I am really pleased with this. This is not going to take too much fabric either, so there's probably going to be a lot of these being made over the next couple of months, because I would really like to go through my shorter length stash and get a lot of tops sewn up. This is actually a top that I will wear because I just love this silhouette. It's great for showing off prints. I can put a v-neck in it. I can do it as the slash neck or boat neck that I've got here. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of these. A lot. I'm really pleased with it, really pleased. And I can raise my arms up and it's not kind of immediately coming untucked, because like I say, last time it only came down this far past my waist and it was immediately coming untucked, but this time, because I've added 4 inches below the waist, it's going to stay in place. Really pleased, really pleased. So that's good. Nice win. I am going to call it a night now. I don't know. Alexa, what's the time?
The time is 7:03 p.m.
It is 7:03 p.m. I'm sorry if I've set all your Alexas off. So yeah, I'm going to call it a night now and go and sit with Chi, eat some food, do some editing, then the plan of action for tomorrow to finish off the navy dresses, because I think I should be able to get that done tomorrow. It'll be day 7 of that project, but worth it. Worth it. They're going to be amazing. I'm going to be really pleased with all of those. I hope you've enjoyed the little bit that I have filmed today. I am probably going to put this out I'm probably going to aim to have this out on Tuesday. You will probably be seeing this on Tuesday. I'm going to listen to what you guys were saying in the waffle, and so many of you were sort of saying that you would miss the daily waffle. Definitely won't be able to keep up with the daily schedule, given that I'm trying to do more of the kind of like other types of videos, but I definitely want to give you guys what you want, because you're the people that make this channel what it is. You were asking for more waffles, so we shall have some more waffles. I hope you have enjoyed this one. I am very happy with the results of this top. I love it so much. So yes, I shall see you guys in the next one. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.